I don't know about you, Anna, but to me, that music seems so fitting for what we're about to talk about. Welcome back to the hashtag Brother Baseball Show. It's Anna, it's Willie, and Mike decided that his Phillies are playing too well that he decided to ditch this particular episode, but it's all good. No, actually, Mike had a previous engagement, so we wish him well. Anna, how are you doing on this particular day?
I'm doing good. It's a Monday. I get to miss work on Wednesday to go to a baseball game in the middle of the day. So looking forward to that.
And how awesome is that? You get a chance to go to a baseball game. Is it a day game? I guess it is a day game. 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
12:10.
Wow, and that's going to be against Cleveland, right?
It is.
Woo-wee. Okay, so good deal there. And you might be able to tell from Anna's smile that her smile and the play of the Minnesota Twins are synonymous, because we're going to get to that in just a second. Just in case you missed it in the first segment, I did give the good, the bad, and the ugly. The Twins, they did not make the good, but I had something else good, but they probably should be great. And I don't have that embedded into the show as of yet. But yeah, we did that. We're going to talk about Pete Rose here in just a second and his reinstatement. This second segment, it is being brought to you by Lake Crest Casino and Hotel. Are you looking for a relaxing getaway where you can where you can play all day and escape the tedious grind of life? Well, plan your getaway to Lake Crest Casino and Hotel, Ardmore's premier gaming destination, and let the winning begin. Featuring more than 1,000 of the latest games, plus an array of amenities, including an incredible restaurant, exceptional retail experiences, and a resort-style pool, Lake Crest offers everything you need for an unforgettable escape and a winning experience. Book your stay today and go all in on one of the area's most exciting destinations, Lake Crest Casino and Hotel. That's lakecrestcasino.com. Again, that is lakecrestcasino.com. Thank you guys out there for checking us out on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube for the network, and for the big homie, Darian Hopkins, rest in peace, brother, his YouTube channel, Instagram TV. I see you guys out there, and of course, Twitter. Thank you so much for checking in with Anna and I. I know that she is the main reason why you guys are here. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Anna, let's talk about Pete Rose before we actually get to your Twins. I want to do it that way because I want to build that much more excitement for you when it's time for you to talk about the Twins. So as we all know, Pete Rose was reinstated back to baseball. So now guess what? He's eligible for the Hall of Fame. And the big story, of course, is the fact that Pete Rose is no longer with us. He passed away at the age of, I think it was 82. And at that time, he still had the stain on his record in terms of being able to be reinstated and ultimately get into the Hall of Fame. Anna, did the Major League Baseball committee, for the lack of a better word, brain trust, did they get this right, or was it too late?
This is a tough one for me because I feel like doing this now, like, to your point, why now? Why did they wait this long? But also, I feel like this opens up a whole can of worms for some other things that maybe I don't know if baseball is ready to address or talk about yet. So I don't know. I mean, why did they wait till he was gone? Now, he was 83, by the way, when he passed away. Mm-hmm. But I have a hard time. It feels like they're sort of saying, hey, you can do whatever you want. And then after you die, like, we're just going to wipe it out and everything's okay. Like, don't get me wrong. He was an incredible player. But he did something that was not allowed. And why is it okay now is sort of kind of what I'm, questioning. And I don't really love, Rob Manfred's response to it. Like, oh, he can't defend himself now. He could all the other times that he, put in to be reinstated and you told him no. So, I mean, the only thing that's changed is, as you said, he's no longer with us. But I think we're opening a can of worms here that's bigger than this.
Yeah, it is a tough thing to talk about because of what Pete Rose meant to the sport of baseball, what he meant to the Major League Baseball entire league as a whole. And in my opinion, the all-time hit king, he's ranked up there in games played. He's ranked up there in plate appearances. He's ranked up there. I mean, when I say up there, I mean like in the top 5 in doubles and all these categories. So can we realistically tell the story of the history of baseball without this guy being mentioned? And I understand the transgressions. I understand the issues and the betting and all of that. I get all of that. But baseball, if baseball cannot position itself to be more forgiving of people, not just players, but just people, period, because there's other players in the history of this great game and this great league that have done some things that would not be really kosher in today's world. Not saying that Pete Rose, what he did was acceptable. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that baseball has had some black eyes on it on a lot of different occasions for a long time. And now, you have to look at, well, if you're going to let Pete back in, you need to have a discussion around the steroid or the performance enhancing drug era, because that was something that baseball profited from. They knew about it. They didn't test for it. They actually encouraged it with their advertising. But then when it's time for these, or when the hammer came down and the league had to make certain adjustments and had to take a certain stance, they wanted to wash their hands of it. But by that point, Anna, the money had already been made. The exposure had already been made. The sport of baseball had successfully made its comeback after the work stoppage from 1994. So I'm glad that he's now eligible. I hate the fact that they waited for him to pass away to do it. And shout out to his family, because they're going to be able to reap all of the accolades and the praises for Pete Rose for his play on the field. Now, nobody's condoning gambling, but you know what? This day and age, how many gambling outfits are in bed with Major League Baseball? All of them. So if you're going to ban it for one, I don't think you can ban it completely for the fan, but I don't think that where we are as a society now that they should, and if this does happen again, that they should come down as hard on some folks than they did with Pete Rose. Your feeling on that?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of exactly part of my issue with it is, and even look, in basketball, you have players getting banned for gambling. And, I mean, you can't allow it, but then not allow it. Like there's a fundamental kind of issue there with that as a whole. So it's tough. And like you said, I mean, you can't acknowledge the game without acknowledging what he did and, what Pete Rose meant to the game. So it's just, like I said, this opens up a whole can of worms. Like I've been saying that.
Uh-oh. I think we lost.
Are we ready for everything?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really a sticky situation. And I don't think, number one, that it should be, but in order for it to be unsticky, it has to be discussed, and Major League Baseball is going to have to answer those questions at some point. Okay, Anna, I have made you wait long enough. The week that was really for the Twins is really the last 2 weeks that was. However, we're going to concentrate on the week that was. The Minnesota Twins just recently had a 13-game winning streak snapped, and a 33 scoreless inning streak.
34.
34. I stand corrected. 34 scoreless inning streak snap. So that begs the question, Anna. How are you feeling at the beginning of a new week? And I need you to unleash all the excitement that you have.
I mean, it's exciting. I was excited last week. The excitement grew. opponents aside, a 13-game winning streak is hard to do. Even the announcers were talking on TV on Saturday because the game was on Fox. Even 5 games is hard to do in a row. I mean, everything has to go right, and it was sad to see it come to an end, yesterday. But good things can't last forever, and there are very few. This was the first double-digit winning streak this year in baseball. So just excited. I mean, the team went from, close to the bottom of the division to now in second place. And now we go into, the new week with a series with, the Guardians and then the Royals after. And these are very meaningful games. And 2 weeks ago, they still would have been meaningful, but they mean a lot more now. So it's exciting. I'm excited to go to the game on Wednesday. I wasn't sure I would be, but we definitely, got hot at the right time, and here we are.
Well, let me just say congratulations, because it wasn't that long ago when that smile that you have was turned upside down and was a frown. Yep. And but I'm rejoicing with you. I'm rejoicing with you because it is exciting to see your team do that. And as I kept getting these alerts across the screen or on my phone or whatever, my first thought was, I wonder how big Anna is smiling right now. I wonder if her heart's fluttering the way that it's supposed to be when your team is doing that well. And I don't care about the opponent, because you can only play what's in front of you, right? Yep. Or who's in front of you. Yep. So I think it's tremendous. I think that it's long overdue for you guys, and you guys now are in position to, like, okay, we're here. We've completed just about 1/4 of the season, and we're right there. So that's got to be exciting in itself. So what are you looking forward to? And I want to talk about the Cleveland series before we actually get to the power rankings. What do you think has to happen? This is a 4-game set, if I'm not mistaken, right?
No, it's a 3.
It's a 3-game set. So obviously Cleveland is struggling a little bit offensively, even though they have a winning record. We all know that their plus minus run differential is like a -30, which is really reminiscent to a team that will be like 21-24, something like that. Yep. So what has to happen? And Royce is back, and he made a heck of a defensive play. I want to say in Saturday's game, or maybe on Sunday's game, but whenever. Okay, or see all of the above, and so he's back. So talk about the excitement of going into this Cleveland Guardians series, knowing that they are now looking up at you guys in the standings.
I mean, I think one of the most impressive things about this team right now, and just about the win streak, not only has our pitching just been so dominant, but, not to shed negative light, but, Carlos Correa and Byron Buxton collided in the outfield and are both on the concussion injured list. So, they're out. And the team continued to win even with that, even, we've had just injury after injury, which would tank a lot of teams. And every day a new player is, the hero, if you will, or like you said, Royce is making these great plays. Cody Clemens continues to just be phenomenal at the plate. And there's just a lot of unexpected things that have kind of happened in the last 2 weeks. So for me, I'm just looking forward to kind of seeing who's next, who's up next. And I think, we just have to go into these games the same way we've gone into all the games that, since we've been hot here, and hopefully we have a better outcome. I mean, our record at home is 15-6. So that gives us a better chance, to play.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I'm fingers crossed. I mean, we play both the Guardians and then the Royals after that at home. We just need to capitalize on the Guardians struggling. If our pitching can be as dominant as it's been, we have a good shot.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt whatsoever. And, the fact of the matter is that when your team is doing that well, it obviously is going to build a bunch of confidence as you go forward, especially with these division opponents that everybody knows so well. All right, so we have basically 3 minutes left to go in the segment, and I wanted to shout out Real Goons TV. He's always checking in with the salute at DH Impact Sports Media, and of course, Will and Anna. Thank you for that, sir. We appreciate your support, and rest in peace to the big homie, man. I need to. I'm got something coming up. I'm in the works with some guys that we all did a show together, a Raider show together. So look out for that, Real Goons, and we'll be out announcing that soon. And then here he says, my guy Charlie Hustle, and of course that's Pete Rose. That is the greatest nickname I think in sports history. And I'm gonna put a poll out there soon enough. Okay, so real quick, we're gonna do this because Mike is not here. But I have his power rankings, Big Day. So if you can just cue the music in the background, that'll be dope because you are the dopest engineer on the globe. So here we go with Mike's his power rankings. He has in the overall top 10 right here circled. I'm circling this for everybody that's watching. He has the Mariners, the Twins, the Giants, the Cubs, the Phillies, the Yankees, the Padres, the Mets, the Tigers, and the Dodgers. I have a little bit of an issue with the Dodgers because they just got swept by the Angels. His top 5 in the National League, he has the Cubs, Phillies, Padres, Mets, and Dodgers. In the American League, he has the Guardians, the Mariners, the Twins, the Yankees, and the Tigers. Any issue with his power rankings whatsoever, Anna?
The Guardians to me are now on the bubble, and we'll go over mine, I'm sure, in a little bit here. But I agree with what you said about the Dodgers. I think they're still, they're good, but I have a hard time ranking them number 1 overall after them getting swept by the Angels. Like you said, I mean, I don't think it makes them 10 out of 10, but I don't think they're 1 out of 10. That's just me.
Yeah, and I don't think they should be, and we're going to reveal that here as we're winding down the second segment. So you guys will have to make sure that you tune into the entire show, 12s and 6s, 1s and 7s Central Time on BGCSN 1 and 2 for the entire show. And of course, we'll put the link in the intro, not the intro, for the ad or for the promo here shortly. So we're going to get to our power rankings. The Pete Rose discussion was riveting, and the excitement from Anna was just off the charts. For her sake, let's hope the Twins keep that going because I think it actually even brings more value to the show. All right, come on back on the other side of the break. We're going to get to these power rankings and the hashtag look ahead. For Anna, for Mike, this is Willie. Hashtag Brothers of Baseball Show. Y'all come back and holler at us.